So 6.1, day 3 in your packets on page 7, understanding relations and functions. One way to see if a relation is a function is to use a mapping diagram, which we've already done. But the other way is to use a graph and using something called the vertical line test. So we're on approximately page 251 in your textbook. It's chapter 6 if you want to look at some more examples there. For example, here's the mapping diagram that we did. The relation is a function because each input has exactly one output. This is a one-to-one relationship. So whenever after the word 2 is the word 1, you're going to have a function because each input has exactly one output. You can also represent this function using a graph by writing and graphing the ordered pairs, x as the input, y being the output. Is points on a coordinate plane, Cartesian plane better. Notice that if you draw a vertical line through each of the points, each vertical line intersects exactly one point. So the point 0, 1 only gets hit once. The point 1, 2 only gets hit once. 2, 3 only once. 3, 4 only once. And 4, 5 only gets hit once. So the vertical line test is if the relation is a function, then any vertical line drawn anywhere on the graph of the relation will always intersect the graph at exactly and only one point. That's the vertical line test. But now look at this example. So 0 maps to 1, 1 maps to both 2 and to 4. If I was to graph the ordered pairs here that are in this mapping diagram, it would be 0, 1, 1 goes to 2, whoops, 1 also goes to 4, 2 goes to 3, 3 maps to 4, and 4 maps to 5. So putting those points on, 0, 1, 1, 2, 1, 4, we can see right away that this line right here is going to intersect these 2 points, right? So it's not going to pass the vertical line test. 2, 3, 4, or 3, 4, and 4, 5. So yes, the other points, if I draw the vertical line, oh, it only hits it once, oh, it only hits once, it only hits once, it only hits once. But because 1 has 2 different outputs, it is not going to be a function. Not a function. Something to think about. What does it mean when a vertical line passes through more than one point in the graph? Well, it means that x has 2 y values for its, and it's not going to be a function, and it's not going to be a y equals that you're going to be able to put on into the graphing calculator. Y equals only 1 point for each x and each y. So for one input, there's more than one output. That's what it means. So some guided practice here. Very simple. Seeing is believing kind of idea here. So tell whether the relation represented by each graph is a function. So if I was to draw vertical lines here, yes, this is a function. Each point, each line only intersects the function once. It passes the vertical line test. So that's the answer. Why is it? Because it passes the vertical line test. So if it asks to explain, this is your explanation. It passes the vertical line test. Which it does say, explain, right there. So number 2, is this relation a function? And I can see right away, no. What's the explanation? It does not pass. Does not pass the vertical line test. Tanner, are you tapping out a sound? No. Oh, just curious. Number 3, something that's more function, it's a curved function, it looks very parabolic or quadratic like, not linear. Is that a function? Explain. Well, I only see this graph hitting lines. If these were points, yes, I could put points here. And yes, the vertical line test would pass. So this is a function, yes. Passes the vertical line test. And this is also a parabola. The quadratic equation would graph this way. And no, it would not pass the vertical line test because there would be several points that would hit. And there might be 2 points here. It's hard to tell that tangent to that line there. It would hit right here as well. It would be several points here. So this answer would be no, this would not pass the vertical line test. So that's it for today, using the vertical line test as a way of seeing a relation as a function.